Right then, good afternoon ladies and gentlemen. Let me just quickly make sure we are all... There we go, perfect stuff. Right then ladies and gentlemen, welcome along, welcome back to WRC. We return for the penultimate round of the season then everybody. 18 drivers joining us for tonight as we already have a few people exiting the pit lane already. Yes, 18 drivers join us for this evening then here in Imola, where we have 2 drivers going into the final round level on points. Well, going into the penultimate round level on points. Will they go into the final round level? We'll find out. Most likely not, but at the moment, they are 86 points apiece then, is Billy Mewis and F1 Mikey Boy. And the Racing Bull team are on the verge of taking the World Championship tonight as well. So it's going to be quite exciting one to watch then, everybody. I have tried to change the sponsorship signage. Oh my god, it worked. You can see it on the screen there at the top. Lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. WRC. Oh, absolutely love to see that. Right then, everybody. So we've worked out how to get your guys' logo in the game. So you've got WRC plastered all over the main straight. But yeah, hopefully that is going to give it a bit more of a personal touch then. As you can see that all the way down the back end there. Lovely stuff that is. Really cool. Very glad that's worked. So for next stream, everybody, hopefully I can try and do more of that, and get that on more of the sponsor boards around. But I've only been able to do it on the main straight for now, as you can see. As here comes Daryl then, all the way down in towards the first corner here in Imola, and he's going to be, I believe, the first man to put a time on the board. As he then heads into the first few corners, the end of the first sector now. Then he's on the medium compound of tyre, and Daryl is with a 24.3 on this time around. Still a long way to go of this lap then, ladies and gentlemen, here in Imola. Of course, the penultimate round of the season. How fast has this gone? My first full season commentating with the WRC League, and we have somehow reached the end. It feels like it's absolutely flew by. It really does. But I'm very, very glad to be here, ladies and gentlemen. Really, really am. Hopefully you guys are looking forward to this one. As Daryl heads round, he will be the first driver to put a time on that board then. And we'll find out what he has got in store for us today then. Heading down and into the final corner. Here we go then, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Ferrari up towards the line. Over the line for Daryl then. Will it be fast? Well, of course, fastest. 1:16.1. You love to see it. As Suzapi now, 1:15.4. Crossing the line even quicker today. And Suzapi, your quickest man on the track. Bishop in the chat. How have you done the banners on main straight? Oh, Ferrari for life then. Fastest man. You love to see that even quicker. 1:14.7. Bishop says, how have you done it? I normally commentate on the... I normally use the game through the Xbox and commentate on PC, but I'm using my PC today. I went into the game files, found the images, and just replaced them. So that is all it took. But yeah, like I said, if you wasn't in the chat earlier on, now I know that that's worked down the main straight. WRC plastered all the way down. Yeah, now I know that that's worked. I will definitely be doing that for your future streams if I have a bit of time, on certain corners or whatever, just to add a bit of life to it. But Ferrari for life then is the quickest man at the minute, ladies and gentlemen, in the Aston Martin. And he's been quite a good driver recently, hasn't he? He's only got 6 points on the board, but it's little points, but he has been up there now and then. It must have just not gone his way a lot of the time, but he's definitely got a habit of being up there, and we'll find out if he can do that again today. He's already starting off strong. He goes into the pit lane then, and Ferrari for life ends off his qualifying session for now then as he enters that pit lane. Love that. WRC, that looks so cool. That looks really cool. Has Josh then, a new driver here today, I believe. We've got Milk as well. Milk's a new driver, not seen him before. So, and AW possibly is new. I think I recognise him though, to be absolutely honest with you. But the other two, I definitely do not. Josh, not with a great corner there, but he's on. I think he's on an in lap now. Billy Mewis then, but down by half a second at this moment in time in the Kick Sauber. But second place for him right now, and as you know, leading the World Championship right now. Of course, he has the most wins over F1 Mikey Boy, meaning they are level on points, but Billy is still the guy in front. Wow, Billy Mewis cuts the corner quite massively there. But of course, the World Championship will not be won tonight. It is, you know, definitely going to go, I think, to next week and the final round in Abu Dhabi on the 23rd, ladies and gentlemen, the 23rd of December, just before Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. It's going to be an absolutely brilliant one, you know, and when the championship comes down to it like this, I mean, you cannot complain, can you? You really cannot complain. You don't get this very often in F1 League races, but here in WRC, they have absolutely smashed it. And Billy, F1 Mikey Boy over the line then. Crosses it. It is third place, but he's starting a lap now. My bad. He's going to start his flying lap then, everybody, down the straight for Mikey on his way up towards then the main bits of this lap, and he does cut the corner there, invalidates unfortunately in the early stages, and that is his lap cut short. F1 Mikey Boy has to slow down. 1:15.3, quite a bit off the pace there to Billy Mewis at the 1:14.9, and there's some catching up to do if he wants to get ahead of his championship rival today here in Imola, ladies and gents. 11 minutes left then of qualifying. If you are in the chat, let us know. Give us some qualifying predictions then. We're getting into the really good bits of the season. Get yourselves involved. Who do we think is going to be on pole position tonight then? It's looking quite good for Ferrari for Life, but Milk is right behind on his debut today then in that Red Bull. Right behind him, isn't he? Not a lot in that at all. And I think he might just be able to weave himself through that if he can find just that little bit more time. That is all he needs then. Exiting the pit lane is Billy Mewis then. And he's going to be getting ready to start yet again another lap around. Third place right now. He's only got a few attempts to milk in front. This is absolutely doable then for Billy Mewis, of course, leading the World Championship, but by no points at all. He's only leading it really by a win, and that is what is keeping him afloat. F1 Mikey Boy behind on the exact same amount of points. 86 then, going level into this Italian Grand Prix, and I cannot wait to get into it, and I really cannot wait, and I mean it this time, I really do mean it. I cannot wait. Billy Mewis is on his way around, and he will begin his flying lap in a moment, ladies and gents. As he pops over the top then and heading into the final two corners then here in Imola. Off the track there goes AW, or it might have been Darryl, one of the two. But here comes Billy Mewis then all the way down the main straight. Let's be having it for him. Heading down the straight then with the Kick Sauber, World Championship leader. What has he got in store for us today then? The driver's waiting on the outside line there. Is up the inside. Sent it Billy Mewis into the first corner. Very nice line so far. He knows this is the one that has to count now. He's got 50% battery. Not as much as he's want to then, but still a decent amount. Throwing it into the left to the right. Chicane. Brilliantly executed there from the Kick Sauber, and he sets a fastest first sector right now. Half a second up then in sector one for this Kick Sauber, who leads the World Championship and only third place then in qualifying at the moment. He wants to get a bit more than that if he can, but he's got two very quick guys in front of him. Only needs a few tenths of a second to do so, though. Heading into the right-hand side, all the way up the hill then as the car tries to build the revs up again, and Billy is handling this very well indeed. Second sector then, he's up by nearly 4 tenths of a second. He's absolutely flying this time around, and with that kind of time, he's going to be on pole position today. Can he do it? Can he get that time that he needs then into the final two corners? Brilliantly executing these lines. He really, really is. And now up towards the line, full push. All the hard work is done. He just has to wait now to see what the time will be. And Billy Mewis is on pole position provisionally, everybody. Brilliant, brilliant lap for him. And he sets the fastest time of the evening. 1:14.5. The World Championship leader setting himself up with a very good chance going into this Grand Prix. Ferrari for Life then, second place on an outlap. Milk in third on an outlap 2. Humboldt in 4. F1 Mikey Boy, he is going to be heading round and starting his lap soon. Falling out of his positions, you know, his usual positions at the minute. And I'm sure he is going to be getting frustrated with this. You know, if he doesn't get this lap in, then he should be a little bit worried, really, for today. But I think he might just be able to do it. He's in 5th position right now in the Racing Bull, of course. 2nd place for him in the World Championship, on the verge as well of winning the Constructors with his teammate Sidemen. And now we have Mikey, the main man himself, then through the final corner. Somebody's round, I think. Might have been waiting for somebody to go through, actually. Never mind. F1 Mikey Boy starting his lap. And here we go then. Down the straight, ladies and gentlemen. Let's be having it with the 2nd place sitter in the championship. Level on points he is with Billy Mewis, who's currently on provisional pole. The Kick Sauber, fastest man on the track, but can Mikey compete with that kind of time? 40% battery then. He's got a Ferrari in front of him, punching a big hole in the air, letting him just go that extra bit quicker. And he does find 4 whole tenths of a second then, just in the first set. Oh, that is a very, very bad left-hander. He does back off. He backs off. Mikey doesn't get this lap in again, but he hasn't really took a lot out of his tyres this time, and I think he might just be able to go round again with them. As here comes Humble then. He's on an outlap, just exited the pit lane, and he is just about ready then, isn't he, to go on a flyer when he heads round this one time. Josh then sets forth with a 3/10 improvement on his last time around. Milk still in 3rd then. He improves by 2, nearly 3 tenths in the 2nd sector, but he slows down then on the exit there. Ferrari for life heading round. I think no, he hasn't set another lap. Oh, this is not going to be good. He's invalidated, unfortunately. And we still now have to wait for F1 Mikey Boy. It enters the pit lane, and we have to wait for him to come out again, unfortunately. Across the line for somebody there. It was Darrell, I think. 4th place. He improved by nearly 8 tenths of a second. That is an absolutely stonking lap then from the Ferrari, who set his fastest time, 4th place. What is going on here? What is going on? As across the track there goes Ferrari for life. He's going to bring himself back on now. And 2nd place, he's going to have to try and improve even more if he wants that pole. The current time then, 20 past 8 in the United Kingdom, everybody. And we are very soon to round off this qualifying session, which takes us into the race intro, which then takes us into the 50% race. And then, of course, the post-race interviews after this then. Ferrari for life enters the pit lane. Billy Mewis then is heading round. He's going to start another lap in a moment. Mikey's still in. Billy's had a lot more shots at this then than Mikey has, and now he's going to go once again down the straight using his battery. Billy Mewis heading into, ladies and gentlemen, the 1st corner. Can he take this one well? He has took it well. He's actually took that one a lot better than the previous lap. He will be up on time this time because that was a lot better through there. It really was. And now he's going to go once again through the chicane, taking it quite well as well. It's in the 1st sector. He's still improved by 2 tenths of a second. The Kick Sauber pulling time out of nowhere at the moment. He's absolutely flying, and it's a purple sector 1 as now he heads into the depths of sector 2. Can he improve on this sector as now he heads down the hill into the right-hand side? The engine builds the revs back up, and he goes up to the top of the hill then to the end of the 2nd sector. He improves by nearly 3 tenths in sector 2 now through the chicane. He's taking this lap absolutely brilliantly. Faultless at this moment in time for Billy Mewis 15 in that Kick Sauber, raring to go to improve on his pole time. He wants to extend that pole margin, by as much as he can to give himself a bit of a safe zone in these closing few minutes of qualifying. Billy Mewis then, the deciding time for him. It's pole position again. 3/10 improvement, a 1:14.216, and he's massively in front of everybody here today. Here comes Milk then over the line. What time will this be for the Red Bull? Only good enough for second place. A 1/10 of a second behind Billy. Good job Billy made that last call there to cross the line, you know, once again and improve, because that's helped him stay in front. Ferrari for life on an outlap. Darrell too, and Josh Humboldt is on his way around, heading down towards the final few corners then. 2 minutes to go of qualifying, everybody, and we watch the Mercedes aim for higher positions. He's currently 6th on the grid, but I'm sure he wants higher than that. 6th is still good though either way. And he's on low fuel mode as well, so running very light indeed. Here comes Humboldt over the line. It's P6 with not any improvement there, unfortunately. Andy J. Price, he's invalidated, as we now see. F1 Mikey Boy begin his lap again. And this is where it really matters. This is where it really counts. Never mind. Never mind. He's not. Is he just come out? Never mind. He's slowed down again. Maybe he's taking one more warm-up lap. That could be what is going on here then. Either way, F1 Mikey is not on the lap this time around, and we're only assuming it's going to be next lap. As Zappi's on his way around, is anybody a bit closer than that? Josh, I think Andy J. Price maybe now. Never mind, no, it's Zappi who is going to be the closest man to the line out of everybody on an outlap, and he is down in the first sector. Second sector's just up the road then, and the Alpine's looking quick, but you can never quite tell until they cross that line, and now he is up by 2.5 tenths then in sector 2. Oh, he's just gone and ruined it, unfortunately, with an invalidation. Such a shame. Such a shame. Chanaman in the chat. MCL would have won this, he says. Chanaman, what do you think of the WRC branding down the main straight, mate? Ooh, Zappi flies into the pit lane. But this is it then, ladies and gentlemen. Qualifying soon to be rounded off. Maloon heading into the first corner then. He's going to be starting his final lap of the day. What can he do? We're going to find that out with only 30% battery, so not really a lot to work with, unfortunately, for Maloon. Into the first sector, 0.2 of a second then found, and he is finding time, which is good to hear for him. As the Aston Martin heads down then towards the second sector line, he is absolutely flying. First sector found time quite well. At the minute, he really did, and now Maloon is going to try again. As Billy Mewis then, everybody, has got provisional pole at the moment. Behind that then is Milk, who's retired in second place. Ferrari for life then finishing in third. It's going to be Darrell, not improving in 4. 5 is Josh, not improving. Humboldt 6. Maloon then heading down the track now into the final few corners. Everybody waiting out the way for him as he powers through into the final corner here in Imola, and he's going to cross the line. Will this be an improvement from 7th on the grid today? He has found that 0.2 that he needs. Has he found enough? He has. P5 for Mikey, for Maloon, as he goes into 5th. Mikey GTI sets 4. Josh then over the line. It's P6 for him. F1 Mikey Boy invalidates. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. The racing bull of F1 Mikey Boy, the man that is level on points with Billy Mewis. 86 points apiece. F1 Mikey Boy getting dropped down the qualifying order. He's down to 10th position today, and it has been a shambles of a qualifying session for Mikey today. Not in the position he wanted, unfortunately. P10 is where he finishes. Matt Connor over the line in 11, and that is going to be a wrap for your qualifying session. Going into the Grand Prix, Billy Mewis at a massive advantage here, ladies and gentlemen, over his championship rival, F1 Mikey Boy. Everybody, the Racing Bulls can win the Constructors' Championship tonight. At the moment, isn't looking too good for them. But of course, the Grand Prix is up next, and that will be a completely different thing. It really will. But I do want to make sure you know, everybody. You know, today is going to be good. Today is going to be very good. Next week is the one you do not want to miss. You do not want to miss that. Championship will be crowned next week. And that is, you know, that is really where the fun is at. It really is. in the chat. F1 Mikey Boy would be much further up the field going to be an interesting, yes, absolutely. Imola, ladies and gentlemen, qualifying session. Billy Mewis on pole by a 10.5 to Milk. Second place, Ferrari for Life 3. Mikey GTI 4. Maloon 5. Josh 6. 7 is Daryl. 8 Humble. 9 Nova Piper. And 10 F1 Mikey Boy. Everybody, we're going to get on with the race intro now. We'll see you in a few moments. Time. Into the main action, ladies and gentlemen, as we are back. We are very back, and Billy Mewis on pole position in the chat. People liking the graphics. I appreciate it, mate. Thank you very much. The new thing that we do here at WRC, of course, is now play the race intros before every stream. We've had that organised, and that is what is going to be happening from now on. Hopefully you enjoyed that. It's penultimate round, ladies and gentlemen. It is today. And, you know, what a race this is going to be. What a race. You know, sometimes in commentary you have to say, oh, this could be a great race or whatever. But honestly, this is going to be a great race. Penultimate round of the season. I cannot wait. I absolutely cannot wait. Who is going to be the world champion then going into the final rounds? I've been here all season. It has looked incredible. It really has. But it has come down to two drivers, Billy Mewis and F1 Mikey Boy. One being on pole and one being quite out of position. Another thing to address tonight then is that it is raining here in Imola, raining in Italy, and the drivers starting on the intermediate tyres today. So a bit of a different strategy call, of course, that we were maybe expecting starting on the dry compound tyres. Now we're starting on the inters. So this is going to be good. This is going to be very good. And Billy starting on pole. They line up on the grid now. Shanaman says, my money is on Nova Piper to win this race. Heard it here first. Exciting stuff for you then. We'll see if you can get it. Is your prediction right? There's your WRC branding then, everybody, on top of the screen there. And that is going to be, you know, coming into it more often now. Now I know how to do that. You're going to see that a lot more. So hopefully you're looking forward to that. I think it looks absolutely brilliant. It really does. Look at this then. The penultimate round of the season, everybody. Let's get into it. Billy Mewis on pole position. We're about to watch from the front then here in Imola. Look at this. Look at this. Here we go then, everybody. The lights build up to 5 ahead of the drivers. The penultimate round of the season. Billy Mewis on pole. It is lights out and away we go for the second to last round of the season. Billy Mewis off the line brilliantly then here today in Imola. Bit of wheel spin actually there. Milk already gets through around the outside line and gains the lead here in Imola. It's going to be Billy Mewis trying to take it back. Will he get ahead? Not at the moment. He does try it again as Milk now with much better traction around the outside line manages to get through then to the P1 position. Billy Mewis drops down to 2. Ferrari for Life then making his way through in 3. Mikey GTI 4. Daryl 5 then. Nova Piper 6. Maloon 7. Humboldt 8. Matt Connor 9. Josh 10. F1 Mikey Boy with an awful start to today's race then. All the way down to P15 and out of the points positions today. It is not looking good for Mikey if he wants to win this World Championship. Absolutely. It's gone. It's gone at the moment. He's got no points in this race if it finishes like this, but he needs to try and get himself back up that order to give himself a fighting chance then going into Abu Dhabi next week, everybody. Milk then leads in the Red Bull. Absolutely brilliant start and overtaking Billy Mewis and already gaining quite a bit of a gap. The deck in the chat, can the drivers see that as well? Unfortunately not, unless they downloaded that themselves as well, but it's quite a wow, voice crack. It's quite a hassle, and you have to have a PC for it as well. Ferrari for Life trying to get through past Billy Mewis. Bit of contact there, but wasn't able to do so. Here we go then, everybody. The Aston Martin is going to try and fight on Billy Mewis to overtake the previous pole sitter of this race today. All the way down towards the first corner then. 32 laps of racing we have already completed 2. And in these wet conditions, you don't get better than this, do you? The driver's fighting as hard as possible into the first corner. Go Humboldt and Matt Connor then. And at the minute, Humboldt getting ahead of that in the chat. Where is Josh in the standings? Josh is... let's have a look. I don't actually know if... I think Josh is a new driver, so he hasn't got any points. That, as far as I know, unless he's changed his name and he's one of the other drivers, not entirely sure. But overtaking going on here, then Ferrari for life, getting himself into that second place spot. Now he dips his foot onto the gravel. That is really bad news for him, but very good news for Billy Mewis, who goes round the outside line. And Billy manages to get into that second place, ladies and gentlemen. Ferrari for life then in third. Mikey GTI 4 as we head round and... Oh, what is going on here? Up the inside line, the Aston Martin trying to get through past the Kick Sauber. Wow, that was very close action here, and I don't think it's over just yet, everybody. As here comes the drivers then. All the way down the straight. Milk with a 2-second advantage in this race already. This is really looking good for him. Deck in the chat. Who has championship been won? If not, who is in the title fight? Right, mate. Ferrari for life into 2. Billy Mewis then is on 86 points. Level on points, by the way, with F1 Mikey Boy. Both on the exact amount of points. Exact same amount of points going into today's race, and that is why it's such a big thing that Mikey's standing 13, because he won't be getting any points today, as opposed to Billy's, you know, decent amount he's going to be picking up from P3. So, you know, the championship still will go to Abu Dhabi, but the gap is just, it's quite large. And I think with Billy Mewis being on this kind of form, I don't think it's winnable for F1 Mikey Boy if he doesn't really pick it up today. He has made a few places back up, though, from the mistakes that he made earlier on. Sidemen and Humboldt now having a scrap up in towards the left-hander. Round the outside goes Sidemen, managing to get through this time around. And very nicely gets through here today then. As Blake and AW then, P14 and 15. I think they just swapped around, actually, and AW actually being the only driver with a time penalty. Now dips his tyres onto the grass there, or the gravel, I must say. And, of course, doesn't really do much to him, but these intermediate tyres then, clearly the best working tyre here today at the moment. They really are, as we head down in towards turn 1 with Milk. In the Red Bull, 2.1 seconds now is that advantage, and slowly but surely gaining and, you know, getting larger and larger. Billy Mewis in third with Ferrari for life in front of that. It is still raining then, everybody. Still raining here today. And put in your race predictions if you have any then. 18 drivers joining us tonight. Not lost any yet. In the wet conditions, it is pretty impressive. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the race intros. Of course, they are going to be sticking with us. And that was really fun to do, that one. It was quite a bit nicer than the normal ones that I show. But I think that one was actually quite nice, yeah. It really was. As Milk with the fastest lap gets taken away quickly by Ferrari for life then. As the drivers head across the line. Josh now with a 3-second time penalty. The second driver to get a time penalty today. As they now start to slowly but surely, you know, rack up. Drippy and Matt Connor, 10 and 11. Then they swap around. Drippy gets through to 10. Behind that is Matt Connor. And is this Alpine driver going to be able to get back through past Drippy at the minute? Not just yet. He's dropping back a bit. Oh, move here. Sideman around the outside line. Is this going to be a move then? Getting ever closer to Darrell. Darrell just about holds his ground there. Doesn't let anybody through for anything. And Sideman has to wait back and wait his turn. But he's doing a good job of the inside line. Makes a bit of a move here on the Ferrari. Will it be a full move? It will be round the outside line. A great overtake that was from Sideman. Gets ahead. The Racing Bull doing his team proud today. Of course, his team in chance of winning the Constructors tonight. Mikey then trying to get ahead of Maloon here. Maloon making a bit of contact with him, forcing him, you know, to take a bit of an awkward line there. As Ferrari for Life gets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix on lap 6 of 32. Bit of an off-topic thing here, but anyone in the chat, of course, like I said, I'm going to start like this WRC branding that you can see on the screen now. I'm going to start doing that for like around the track as well, probably. If any of you have any ideas of like what, you know, logos or companies or whatever to put there, let me know, and to make it, you know, look a bit cool, or whatever, and I can do that. Oh, moves going on here. Then Sidemen trying to get through past Mikey, ladies and gentlemen. Getting ever closer to the guy in front. The Racing Bull has got Mikey GTI then as the driver in front of him on lap 6 of 32. These laps slowly but surely ticking over as Milk half a second ahead of Ferrari for Life. Ferrari is driving brilliantly today. He really is. Humble with a 3-second penalty. As they now start to rack up. But Ferrari for Life, I mean, I was talking about him earlier in qualifying, saying how good he is, but he's just not got the points to show it, has he, unfortunately? But today could be his day. Finally, on the penultimate round of the season, he finds himself in 2nd place. As across the line, Ferrari for Life has 7/10 of a second to gain on the man in front. It's not a lot. AW with a 3-second penalty as well now. Slowly but surely the drivers are picking up penalties. And of course, it's a lot more expected here in the wet, of course. But wow, the phenomenal... Wow, I can't even speak in the chat deck. Anyway, what was the question? I said the WRC branding that I've done down the main straight, like with the logo, is that I said, has anybody got any ideas of what else I could do around the track in future races? Of course, the WRC logo, but is there anything else maybe you think of that? I don't know, man. I mean, I could put, you know what? I mean, I could put the Jack Crosty Comms logo in a little bit, like, you know, a small section, but apart from that, I don't know anything else, to be honest. But I'll have a think. You'll have to let me know if you guys know anything about that. But lap 7 of 32. The drivers are still quite close-knit at the minute. F1 Mikey Boy has got Darrell and Matt Connor in front of him, absolutely scrapping away through the chicane. This is just going to help the Racing Bull gain as much as possible, isn't it? 1.6 seconds is the gap between them. He's got a bit of work to do now if he wants to try and get himself up on that, you know, top 5 maybe, to score some decent points. Get some sponsors. I mean, you're right. I am sponsored by Track Titan, but I don't really do a lot. I don't really do a lot with them anymore. I probably should start doing a lot with them, and I can get their logos on. Yeah, possibly Championship Leaders channel, man. Yeah, good point. That's a good point, actually. That would actually look pretty cool, wouldn't it? Maybe get the Championship Leaders showing up on the screens in the pit lane and stuff. That would be pretty cool. Anyway, Milk then, everybody, leads. 0.8 of a second the gap, and still, Ferrari for Life hasn't really brought that down. Josh with now a 10-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane, and the first retiree of the session here in the penultimate round of this season. We have lost one, still with 17 here today then. Oh, what a livery that is. Wow, Andy J. Price then makes a move on Zazapi. That is a beautiful Williams livery. It really is. I've not seen that before in the game. Wow, really nice. Very nice indeed. As Andy J. Price drops back then, ladies and gents, Zazapi makes a pass. That's the Williams I told you about. Yeah, Deck, I was just thinking that. It looks really nice, that. Really does. Look at these guys going at it then. Zazapi's still holding his own. He's got AW behind him in the Ferrari, and he's doing a great job at keeping him at bay at the moment. AW's not really able to do much about this right now, trying to gain on the Alpine in front of him. He's got to look up the inside there. He brakes hard. The rears slide out a little bit, and it is not enough there to get ahead. Zazapi is doing a sensational job, holding everybody behind up. And, wow, he's doing good. But it's just going to be an overtake now. Finally, for AW down the straight then. He's going to pass the car of Zazapi up the inside line, and he takes P14 for a moment. Zazapi takes it back round the outside, and he is not settling yet, is he? He is not settling at all. Zazapi goes into P14, holds that spot. Andy J. Price not too far off AW as well. As this lap 9 then, soon to become lap 10 in a moment. As Andy J. Price and AW now swapping positions up the inside. Tried to send it. Andy wasn't enough for him. He's got AW on the outside line now. Who's going to be the man in front going into the left-hander? It's going to be the Ferrari for now. Andy J. Price then, P16 in the chat deck. Yeah, that should be one of the network commentators, but I found out. Wait, let me think. Wait, what day's the league on, mate? What day is it on? I completely forgot. You have to let me know. And time, if you can. I've totally forgot what it was. Sundays. What time's it on Sunday? $8 PM, okay. Mook's rear sliding out there and then just about caught them. Deck, yeah, it should be a network commentator. I think I'll be able to provide one for that. I'm going to write that down actually, just so I've got it, fresh. Still raining, everybody. It's still falling down, the rain. Right then, here we go then. Lap 11 of 32, ladies and gents. And it is Milk, the man in front. Behind that is Ferrari for life. And he has gained a bit. 0.4 of a second now. Finally getting a bit closer behind. These wet conditions making it very challenging to stay close to each other. AW now picks up a 3-second time penalty. As Milk came out of absolutely nowhere, hasn't he? He really has. I didn't really know him. I don't know him at all. And now he joins today on the Tuesday division of WRC, penultimate round of the season, and he's absolutely flying. This is going to be a brand new competitor of the season if he stays with us for the next season. In the pit lane, retires AW then, ladies and gentlemen. Which is a shame because he was running quite well at the back with some overtakes, wasn't he? Doing some overtakes on the drivers. F1 Mikey Boys, 1.2 seconds now adrift from the guys in front. He has gained a bit. He seems to be gaining now then. Look at the guys in front off the track. There goes the Alpine. Here comes F1 Mikey Boy up the inside line. Oh, if we run the dry conditions, that would have been an easy pass for him. Just can't do it in these kind of conditions. The grip just is not good enough. It really isn't to be able to make ruthless dives like that. In the chat, questions. The commentators have their favourite drivers, and now you're nearing the end of the season. Who's yours and why? Oh man, man, I don't even know. I don't really. I've never, to be honest, I don't really think like that. I mean, I'm not going to completely lie to you because there has been some leagues where I've completely favouritised drivers, but only because I know the league and it's kind of a joke. Do you know what I mean? But I don't know in this league. I do not know. I really don't. Let me think. I've always liked Mikey, to be fair. I think F1 Mikey Boy. I've always liked Mikey. He's good. You know what? I mean, I don't know. I really don't know. Mikey's great. He's making a move now as well on Matt Connor. He gets through as well. Lovely to see. I think Billy Mewis is great as well. He really, really is. And you know what? Ferrari for life as well. He's been popping up on the radar recently. But, you know, in terms of favourites, I don't know. I really don't. I don't think I could pick, actually. And that is me being truthful as well, because there is some leagues where I can easily pinpoint a favourite driver. I'm going to be completely honest with you. But in here, I think I'll take it as a compliment, because I think everybody's so good. You know what I mean? It's crazy. It really is. But by far one of the best leagues I've commentated in here in WRC. It really is. So keep doing what you're doing, guys. I'm very happy to keep doing what I'm doing for you. So Simon in the pit lane now then. Fine, plus that WRC signage into the pits then for the Racing Bull. Sidemen going in for... Is he going to go on for new wets again, or is he starting the slicks this early on? I don't know. We'll find out. It's the intermediates. Oh, yeah, good point. Do you not remember that final lap from Billy? Is Singapore his undeniable best of all? Well, you know what? That was incredible. That was, to be fair. I don't forget about it, but you just brought it to the front of my mind. Yeah, that was very good. That race in Singapore was really, really good. To the point where Mikey, you know, I ended up making like 1 million TikToks for the race, because there was just so much. There was so much content in that race. It was crazy. Ferrari for life in the pit lane. As lap 14 of 32 then. We are soon to reach half race distance. Blake with a 3-second penalty as Ferrari for life goes on to the Inters again. Dex, I'm never going to forget Billy because of that. It was good. It was good. I'd actually say that was the best race I've ever commentated on in terms of action. That was so good. It really was. Definitely not forgettable. But out of the pit lane then is Ferrari for life. As he exits now in P7. P7 it is. And while I've got you all in the chat, everybody, a bit off topic, but while there's not a lot going on, never mind, pit stops are coming in. Mikey Boy goes in for a pit stop now. Intermediates for everybody, really, so it doesn't look like the weather's going to be changing. It really doesn't. But I just want to say, yeah, while everybody's here, if you haven't heard already, I'm hosting a Christmas race, everybody, on the 20th of December, which is a Saturday, which is in 4 days' time. It was £10 race entry. Basically, all the money's gone into a pot. Race winner gets £100, £50 to second place, and £25 to third. The track, everybody, the track is going to be announced on Friday. I know what it is, but I'm not letting on, because I don't want to give anybody an advantage in that way. So the final race, the final day, sorry, I will announce the track. But yes, make sure you're there watching it on the stream, 7 PM on 20th of December, everybody, because that is going to be great. As the race leader in the pit lane then, brand new Inters for him, same as everybody else. But yeah, don't miss that race. Sneak preview for the fans. Sneak preview of what exactly, Channel Man? But yeah, do not miss it. It's going to be really good. And like you can see with the WRC signage on the main straight, everybody, I have pretty much done that for the entire track, or a lot of it. Channel Man, announce the track, mate. I'm so sorry. I would love to, but I cannot. I cannot. You guys better stop as well, because I'm really bad and I will end up giving it away, but you better stop. Daryl then exiting the pit lane. He's on the new Inters, same as everybody else coming out. Drippy on his way out of the pit lane. Lap 15 of 32. Then Nova Piper is the man in front. He's doing a good job. Monza, guys, he said. It is not. It is not. I predict Silverstone reversed. Good guess. You just have to find out on the 20th, I guess. Here comes F1 Mikey Boy on Humboldt then, getting himself into P11, and he has to get himself now 1 place up, and he's in the top 10. Ferrari for Life getting overtaken by Mikey GTI. Here we go then. They go side by side. Getting cut off here is Ferrari as Milk goes through to 4 as well. Contact made with Ferrari for Life. The Red Bull into the wall. Milk, everybody. He was running so well. He gets put into the barrier there by Ferrari for Life after a bit of a tussle. Wow, pit stops for Nova Piper and Maloon now. It's Mikey GTI running in, well, he's in the pit lane now. Ferrari for Life leads this Grand Prix. Milk gets put off. In the chat, what continent is the track? Oh, I don't even know if I want to say that. I really don't. Deck in the chat. No to Monza, but good guess from me. Oh, you're really picking stuff out. Don't worry. That was not intentional, I promise you. You just have to find out. You have to find out. You're never going to know. You'll never know until Friday. But get yourselves in the JCC events. The JCC events Discord, because that is where it's going to be announced at about 8 o'clock in the morning on Friday. Gives everybody time then to, you know, find out what it is and practice and whatever. That is when we're going to be doing it. And pretty much then gives 2 full days of practice for the drivers to, you know, get themselves in working order and ready. Dex says 8 a.m. Yeah, mate, I'm literally just going to send the announcement out in the Discord. So it's not like it's stream or anything. So 8 a.m. will be fine. Means that everybody, when they wake up, they'll see it. That is the plan. It's Ferrari for Life then. He's going to be trying to gain on Milk, ladies and gents. Gaining and gaining. There's a 4/10 of a second gap. Milk got back through. And now we head down the main straight. We head down the main straight again with the top 2 drivers. Bearing in mind, Ferrari for Life has a time penalty, which is going to really throw him off then when it comes to it later on. Here we go then, all the way down the straight, gaining and gaining on the man in front. Will it be a move for the race lead then? Ferrari for Life with contact again. He sends it up the inside line, forces the Red Bull off. There's some Lewis Hamilton Max Verstappen racing going on here from 2021, and Ferrari for Life gets through to B1. Milk is not going to be a happy man there, getting forced off twice. Zappy in the pit lane, getting on the inters. Brand new inters. But Ghostface in the chat does ask about the continent. Unfortunately, I will not be giving that away. You will get, I think you'll get a few races out of it, a few tracks out of it. I do not want to be giving it away, to be fair. When you first announced it, you said first one-time event, but someone joins it, says monthly. Is it going to be a monthly event? It does say monthly. It's going to be my plan, possibly. I don't know exactly how it's going to go, mate, but what I'm kind of thinking is, right, this is the Christmas race, yeah, get this out of the way, and then next month in January, might hold another one. I might hold one maybe every 2 months, every 2 months, just you know, just a race so people can like win money and stuff like that and have a bit of fun, and the stream's going to be exciting and stuff like that. And then maybe like, I don't know how we could do it. Maybe the top 3 of each race get put through to, you know, be allowed to compete in the final race of the year, which would be like the Christmas one or something. And in that one, that is like the big money. Here comes Milk then to try and get through past Ferrari for Life. Not able to right now. Ferrari holding on very well then in towards the fight of the first few corners. Sorry, Ferrari for Life does get ahead. Wow, voice crack. Does get ahead there in the Aston Martin. And Milk is going to have to wait a little bit. But what I was saying was, yeah, maybe they could earn a place in the final race. And then that would be like £20 race entry or something. I don't know. And then, you know, it'd be big money. It would be very big money for them if they won that. It really would. Matt Connor retires from the session then. Yellow flags came out for a second. I think he retired in the pit lane. Echoing a bit, he says. I'm not too sure why. That's a bit weird. The fight between Milk and Ferrari is letting Nova right back into this. You're completely right. And he is not too far away then at the moment, ladies and gentlemen, in 3rd place. Lap 18 of 32 in this race this evening. We are over halfway then here today. As Ferrari for Life is your fastest man, ladies and gents. Here comes Nova Piper over the line. 6.4 then behind Milk and Ferrari for Life. These two don't battle it into the first corner this time around. and we have to be patient for a battle from them. But the past few times we've seen them scrap, it hasn't been too clean, has it? It really hasn't. In the chat, if someone wins by a landslide, will they be able to compete again? It's a good point, actually. I never thought about that. I didn't think about that before. I'll have to think about it. I'm not too sure how we'd tackle that. But to answer your first question, it could be a monthly event, mate. But at the moment, of course, it's only this one-time one. I just want to see if this goes well, because if it's everybody that's racing in this race is going to be clean. A lot of them, some of them are actually in this race right now. You know, that's how I know they are clean. But when they're all together, some of them haven't raced together before. I'm really worried that it's going to be dirty racing. There's money involved as well, so I just really hope it's going to be all right. I really, really do. But we can only hope. And if it goes well, we can do another one, and people can get money and have a bit of fun, and it'll be a good Saturday night thing. Anyway, lap 19 of 32, then Ferrari for Life is about to start, the 20th lap of the Grand Prix. As Malone with a 3-second time penalty. Ferrari for Life still the man in front. Milk 2, Nova Piper 6.5 behind. Billy Mewis in 4. F1 Mikey Boy is in 9. So he will be getting points today, but it really isn't a lot at the minute. And of course, Billy Mewis will be outscoring him. The points gap will get... Well, there will now be a points gap between them. That is what I'm trying to say, because at the minute, they're both level on points going into this round. Mikey still could pull it back, though. Are the stewards being paid? No, they are not. There's I've just got a few stewards from some leagues that I'm in, and kind of just put them together, and then we're gonna do it that way. Most tracks are in Europe. If he don't want to give it away, it's gonna be in Asia or the other continent. You'll have to find out, mate. You'll have to find out when it comes on Friday. You never know, do you? Is Milk new? Yes, he is. I believe he's new. Anyway, I've not seen him here before. I've not seen him here as of yet. Goes over the line then. Milk in second place, everybody. And he's got Ferrari for Life in front, 0.8 of a second. Bishop in the chat, what are the pens? Sorry, mate, I didn't see your message. Penalties are as follows then. 3 seconds for Ferrari for Life, 3 for Malone, 16 for Drippy. It's going to be 9 for Sidemen, 3 for F1 Mikey Boy, 9 for Humboldt, 3 for Blake, and 3 for Andy J. Price. So penalties are quite large then in this race at the moment. We've got Andy J. Price not too far behind Darrell here, and you know, at any point I think we might just see him try and make an overtake here. Running a bit wide. I knew that was going to be a penalty there. Went a bit too wide on that corner. Dex says he's on to me. You don't know nothing, mate. You do not know nothing. Oh, the rear sliding out there for Darrell as we now get back onto the main straight. The 22nd lap of the Grand Prix soon to begin. And we have Darrell and Andy J. Price giving it a good go down the straight. Here comes the Williams then to try and make a move. He goes around the outside then here in Imola. And is he going to get ahead? He does get ahead by quite a big gap there as well. And P13 is all his. Can't wait to watch that race. Is it 8 PM starting time? It is 7 PM starting time, mate. So, yeah, 7 o'clock in the evening. Not actually that late, to be fair. I normally commentate 8 o'clock or upwards. So, wow, 7 o'clock for me. It's gonna feel great. It really is. I love starting races at 7. Full or short quali? It's going to be short. I would have loved to have done full, mate. But I just couldn't get it to work around people's times. Because there's quite a lot, actually, in that race that have got a race about an hour around the outside. Mikey goes. There's quite a lot of people that have got a race and about an hour and 20 minutes after the start time of ours. So it's going to be cutting it really tight. It wouldn't work if we did a full qualifying. But if I give everybody way more notice next time, I'm definitely going to do a full quali, 100%. Yeah, 50%. 50% race, mate. Short qualifying. 10 laps to go then, everybody, here in WRC, the penultimate round of the season. And F1 Mikey Boy still in 9. Billy Muir is still in 4. At the minute, it is still pouring here today. Still raining, you know, over the drivers. Drippy with a penalty now as well. There's Darrell in the pit lane. Let's see what he goes on for. Is he on the inters again? We shall find out. It is intermediates again. The tyres aren't changing all race long, I don't think. I think we're going to get a wet race the whole way. If it does stay wet the whole way, I have not had a full wet race in a long time. A long, long time. And I've been commentating for a while. I cannot remember the last time I had a race that was wet the whole way through. But, you know, maybe I'm jumping the gun here. Maybe it isn't going to be wet the whole way through because we still have, you know, 9 laps of racing to go. Sidemen in the pit lane now. It'll be intermediates for him as well. Never mind. The medium's coming out. I mean, is that the best call for him? I can still see the rain falling. You know, it's definitely not drying up. Yeah, he puts the medium compound tyres on. I don't think that was a good call from Sidemen, but you know, you never know. It might be. It might be good. We'll find out if that is what he needed to do. Mikey with a 3-second penalty now. I think that'll be 6 to his name. It is, and it's a shame. It really is a shame getting the penalties because it is going to throw him off. He's in P8 now, though. Penalties are larger, but his position is higher, and I don't think the penalty is going to affect where he is right now. Drippy then in the pit lane, ladies and gents. New tyres for him as well. The Inters are getting swapped out. What will he get on? He goes for the Inters as well as most people. So it's only really Sidemen that went on the mediums here. And I don't know if they're going to work. You can see a dry line there, to be fair. But, you know, I don't know if that's a good call. The weather still, you know, still not looking good. You can see the rain slowly dripping down still. Mikey makes a pit stop now, as you can see on your screen, you know, behind Drippy. This is a pivotal point in the race. Is this going to be, you know, a good thing for Mikey here? Has he stopped at a good time here on the brand new intermediate tyres? As at the moment, everybody, the Constructors' World Championship not being won by Racing Bulls at all because they are not even in the points right now. But will they get into the points? We shall find out. I'm going to quickly check. Yeah, quite a big point lead then. Racing Bulls over Ferrari in second place, and Ferrari aren't even score. You know, yeah, I mean, it's going to happen, isn't it? I really do think it's going to happen. If the Racing Bulls get themselves up in the points, I think the Constructors are going to get wrapped up, ladies and gentlemen. I really, really do. Here comes Blake then. F1 Mikey Boy in front. Mikey gets through, manages to get a pass. Humboldt now in the pits. He now tries the medium compound tyres. So maybe the dry line is starting to form and the drivers are finding it a bit easier to navigate the track then. So they think it's time for the slick compound of tyres. Is that the correct call then? Wow, Ferrari for Life then is your leader. And, you know, I was speaking about him being that kind of underdog earlier on and not having the points really that he should do. But he's always up there, and today he has done exactly that. I mean, who was expecting it? I mean, I wasn't really expecting this, exactly the way it's turned out today. The drivers that have come in here level on points, you know, are not doing as well as you'd imagine they are. Billy Moose is down in 4. He started on pole. F1 Mikey Boy is down in 9. He needs to make a pass here on Drippy to get into that P8 deck. Are you going live on TikTok as well on Saturday? That's the plan, mate. I've not fully set that up yet, but I need to see if my PC can handle that as well as OBS and my PC running F1, because, mate, TikTok live on PC is the biggest killer ever. I don't know why it's so. I don't know why it's so like that. I really don't. But it slows your PC down like mad. So hopefully I can get it working. If I can't, I can't. But I really do think there's a big population on TikTok that would like that. Why do they come at the worst times as that with the adverts? I do apologise. Ferrari for life then, your leader in this race. Lap 27 of 32. And not a long way to go now then. This race is soon to be rounded off. It really is. How fast has this gone then? Oh, somebody's gone round there. I'm not entirely sure who that was. It was Andy G. Price then, spinning the car around. Do you know any cockpit-only leagues? To be honest with you, mate, I really do not have a clue. I'm not too sure. Just trying to think where you could look. I don't know. What are you getting for Christmas? Ooh, good question. I need to get myself a new desk because, yeah, this desk I've got right now is not handling very well anymore. It's really not. I think I might get another monitor arm as well because then I can have 3 monitors up properly. That would be quite good. Deck in the chat. I'm back. What did you say about the TikTok? I said I'm hoping that I will be streaming on the TikTok. But the TikTok live thing for PC is like an absolute killer, and it makes my PC so slow. So of course with F1 running that and OBS, I'm hoping that it works. So I'll give it a test run beforehand. But what I was saying was, like, on TikTok, I think there's a a big population on there that I think would be interested in like watching a race that is for money. I understand them not really wanting to watch this. I can understand that because there's not really much to play for. I mean, today is a bit different, penultimate round of the season. But you know, when there's £175 to be won, that is a lot more exciting, isn't it? And the stream's going to be great. We're going to have, there's people with their face cams are going to be on. I'm going to be able to use my stream deck and, when they're on the screen, bring their face cam up on the screen with them driving and their little name card above it. It's going to be really good. The production value of this stream is going to be freaking crazy. That's how I got into league racing, from TikTok Live. Oh, really? Lap 29 of 32 then, everybody. How fast has this gone? The past few laps have absolutely flew by. It is still raining here today then, and some drivers did go on to the medium compound tyres. They're running okay on them, but they're just not really holding that much of an advantage, are they? I really don't think they are. But let's have a look. The Constructors' gap then, ladies and gentlemen, points-wise. I need to quickly check it. So yeah, at the minute, everybody, Racing Bulls will be your Constructors World Championships, I believe. Constructors World Champions, I believe. TikTok is the best place because most people doom scroll in TikTok or not Twitch. Or yeah, you're right, mate. You're right. yeah, I'm gonna give it a go. Like I said, if it don't work, it don't work. But I'll give it my best shot. But Humboldt with a 3-second time penalty, ladies and gents. It's up towards the line. Ferrari for Life is about to start. Lap 30 of 32. Milk is behind by 1.9 seconds to now. And if he gets a time penalty, his race is over. But at the moment, he is still in it because of Ferrari for Life's penalty. But 2.1 seconds, it could get over 3. Sideman with a penalty now then. Off the track goes Humboldt, everybody. Such a shame for Humboldt. As he now retires from the session in the very late stages of this one today. You got a JCC TikTok, or would it be on your mains? I think it might have to be on my main account, only because I'm fairly sure you need a certain amount of followers, don't you? And my main account has got enough, but if I made a new one, it would not. So main account, I believe it would be. Yeah, Daryl is your man in P12. Sideman, I think, just got overtaken by him. Sideman down in 13. But the Racing Bulls, if I'm correct, and I'm so sorry if I announce this and it's wrong, but either way, I think it still will go and be won by them next round, even if it didn't go. The Constructors is going to be won by the Racing Bulls. I think it is going to be won by them. It's gone exceptionally well for them this season. Not so much today. Mikey's only in 9. Oh, Milk then gets ahead of Ferrari for Life. It's Ferrari in the pit lane. Why has he made a pit stop now? He's going to lose all these places. There's 1 lap to go. He goes on to the intermediates again. Not too sure why he's done that, but Ferrari for Life then... Oh, never mind. I didn't realise the gap he had. Either way, he still is losing a lot of places, and he's nowhere near Milk now. This will not be a second place that he was promised earlier on. Now he's in the pit lane. Now he's lost a few places. He's coming out now in 3rd place, ladies and gentlemen. With a 3-second time penalty. Malone then. Will Malone get through? Trying to fight him into the first corner. They go side by side. Oh, round goes Malone. That's another driver spinning around when coming in contact with a Ferrari for Life. Wow, this is going to have to get looked at by the stewards tonight. Penultimate lap of the Grand Prix then, ladies and gentlemen. Same as the penultimate season. And penultimate round of the season, sorry. But this is it, finally. Milk heading round the final corner and towards the line. The man that we didn't really know much about today. We know him now as he heads across the line and begins the final lap of the Grand Prix then here today. Hopefully he wants an interview with us in the chat, because we are going to be doing the post-race interviews as normal here in the WRC. And that is looking like your top 3 at the moment. What a different top 3 that's looking like then to usual. Milk, Nova and Ferrari for Life. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. In the chat, how can I join this league? I will... At the end of this race, mate, I will send you a Discord invite, unless somebody else in the chat can do so. But either way, Sidemen retires from the session, everybody, at the end of the race. And Milk is going to be your man to go and win it. Ferrari for Life gets into 2nd place. Nova Piper drops down to 3rd. Maloon's in 4th, then Mikey GTI 5. And here we go. We are very nearly rounding off this lap and this race to close the chapter on the penultimate round of the season. The race, well, we came into it level on points with F1 Mikey Boy and Billy Mewis. That is going to be a little bit different now. Billy's going to be finishing in 6th. Mikey will be finishing in 9th. So at the minute, the points gap between them isn't going to be too significant going into the final round, and it still can be won by F1 Mikey Boy. But the one man that has shone brighter than any other driver today is TMS Milk then, everybody, who we didn't know earlier on, but now we know so much about him, and he's made it very clear what he's here to do. Milk wins then on his debut. He wins the Italian Grand Prix here in Imola. Ferrari for Life will soon cross the line then. and get there in second place today. Maloon is going to make his way around and cross that line to make it a double Aston Martin podium, ladies and gentlemen. Great stuff. Good points from Friday for Life today as well. Only on 6th at the minute. Maloon over the line in 3rd now. Nova Piper crosses it. He will get 4th in the end of this one. As Mikey GTI 5, when he gets there, we have to wait for a lot of the drivers now then. F1 Mikey Boy, the furthest driver back in 9th position this evening, and he will be getting points. But as F1 Mikey Boy is going to head towards the line then, everybody, it has been a great race from them all. Not as good from Mikey as we usually see, but forgetting about that, he's going to come up towards the line, and his team, he's done them very proud this season, because him and Sidemen are going to claim the Constructors' World Championship then, everybody, in the Racing Bulls. Great stuff from them. Constructors' World Championship, to my knowledge, is wrapped up. Here we go then, finishing results. Winner then is Milk today then, ladies and gentlemen. From Friday for Life, Maloon in 3rd, Nova Piper 4, Mikey GTI 5, 6 Billy Mewis, 7 Sazapi, 8 Drippy, 9 F1 Mikey Boy, and 10 is Daryl. 11 Andy J Price, 12 Blake, 13 Ollie Southall, 14 Sidemen, never mind, 13 Ollie Southall, I think the rest retired. That's it from me, everybody, for this little section. Next up is your interviews then, and we're going to be getting on with them straight off the bat then. I'm going to close the game. Let's get the Discord up on the screen then, so we can get these interviews done. Hello. Hello, mate.
Hello?
Hello, mate.
You right?
Not too bad, thank you. Right then, at the end of that, am I right in saying 2nd place for you, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was it.
Good stuff. Give us your general thoughts on how you think that went.
I think I was the quickest. I think my TGI was a bit of a plonker, the way he defended. And then I got a puncture with like 2 laps to go.
Is that what happened? Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
no way. Well, I was just about to ask you, was there any,
Oh,
last minute strategy calls? But I mean, now I've just learnt that. I didn't realise what was going on. I was thinking, why is he going into the pit lane? But I didn't know you had a puncture. Wow. Did the rain play a key part in it today? Did it make it a lot more challenging?
No, I think if anything, it made it easier because like everyone else was like trapping away, and I had a wet sound,
Hmm.
planning it,
And
flowing.
sorry, mate. Go on. Sorry.
I'm done.
Well, going into the final round, then, I think we've seen you up there a lot, but the points aren't all there. Today is going to be some decent points. Going into the final round, do you think you're going to be able to carry this form in?
Yeah, I think as long as I don't do any stupid mistakes, we win. But
Good stuff. I'm very glad to hear it. Love the confidence, and we'll see how that rounds off in 1 week's time in Abu Dhabi. Thanks for speaking to us, mate.
yeah, thanks for having me.
No worries. Right then, let's go on to the race winner first. Milk, how you doing, mate?
I'm doing pretty good, to be honest.
Good stuff.
On the final few laps, I only saw that I was gonna have a puncture on the second last lap of the race. So I started going really slow, like 15 seconds slower than I was usually doing. So when I got to the line, I was like at 91%, I think.
Wow.
But it was a pretty difficult race, I'd say. When Ferrari was behind the was behind the Williams, I did have a little incident there, and that kind of screwed me over a bit. I thought I was gonna lose the race, but I didn't know Ferrari had a puncture, so he pitted. So
Yeah,
pretty happy about that win.
good stuff. Well, you mentioned it being quite, being quite tough at points. Would you say there was any certain corner or maybe sector that you were struggling in most?
Um, I'd say the beginning of sector 2. I think that was the place where I was losing a bunch of times to Ferrari. I wasn't gaining as much time, and I just figured out my line in the final few laps, I guess.
Yeah. Well, today, I'm right in saying today's your debut, right? First race.
I did the Thursday
Oh,
race
really? Okay. But is
last
this your
week.
first time in the Tuesday?
Yeah, this is my first time in the
Yeah, yeah.
Tuesday.
Well, I mean, not too bad starting off, is it? It really isn't. And if you're going to stick with us into the next season, I think we're going to get another championship contender. I really do.
Thanks. I think I'm gonna stay for the next season. Yeah.
Good to hear it. Well, going into Abu Dhabi next, is that a track you're looking forward to? Do you think you're going to be able to dominate again there, or?
I don't think I'd be able to dominate there. It's not perhaps one of my best tracks, but I'll try my best. It's a pretty good. I like the track.
Good to hear it. Well, I appreciate your time, mate, and hopefully speak to you next week.
Okay. Have a nice night. Have a
You
nice
too.
night.
Right then, Maloon, third place at the end of that, mate. Give us your thoughts on the race.
Jesus, that was a very lonely race. I mean, I think I had a decent start, and then I broke away from everyone behind, and first I was stuck in P5 probably I think the whole race.
Yeah,
I think just the facts. I think I was one of the last ones to box, and I just went a little bit longer on my inters on the first stint, and I luck to the Lords opened up in front of me, and Nova and Billy got punctures. So
wow.
um, I was able to just nurse at home in the end, and I've had 2 races in a row now. I've not scored points, so
Yeah,
it's nice to be back here.
it's good stuff. Talking about the wet weather that we had the whole race, would you say you handled that well? Were you all right in them conditions, or would you prefer it to
Um,
be dry?
you know what? I actually was impressed with myself. I didn't actually think I would have a lot of pace coming
Yeah,
into the race tonight. So when I saw it was raining, I kind of knew I had to do a bit of a change of the setup from a dry setup, change the wings, did a bit messing about with the brushes, but safe to say it worked out pretty well, and P3 once again finally took a bit to come back here. I don't think I've been on a podium since Miami, I think it was, but
yeah.
yeah, very lonely race, but nice to be back here.
Well, Abu Dhabi next, mate. What? That did not come out right. Abu Dhabi next week. Are you looking forward to that? You think you're gonna be able to maybe pull out another good performance, or are you not as sure?
Oh, think so. I think we're gonna have a good last race of the season. I think everyone's yeah should be a fun race. Might be a little. I'll have to see actually because I generally didn't think I'd come into here and have a lot of pace, but clearly I had
Yeah,
somewhat of pace, and I guess we'll never know. Or I guess we'll find out next week. But should be a good race next week.
definitely. Well, I appreciate all of your times. Thank you very much, everybody. Great podium finishes today, and see you all in Abu Dhabi.
See you in Abu Dhabi.
See ya.
See ya. Right then, everybody, that is it from me. Thank you for joining me. We are finished for the penultimate round of the season. It has been great, but now all eyes to the final round then with the 2 remaining drivers of this season in for the championship. Billy Mewis and F1 Mikey Boy. It's going to be great. Do not miss it. 23rd of December. Be there at 8 p.m. on both of these accounts. Thank you for joining me, everybody, and have a very good evening. Good night.